Hey everybody, it is Sunday and it's time for my mental health vlog. And I am on the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas, about to debark out of Galveston for a 7-day cruise. I come back next Sunday. um, this has absolutely been a week of up and downs. Um, I will start with some of the ups. Wednesday, I had a huge project that I've been working on for 2 years, and I've talked about before. That released at work, and it went really, really well. And we were expecting a big influx of tickets from users on, Thursday and Friday who didn't read the email, were confused about the changes, whatever. And the only tickets we got, and there were just like 4, were from people who either weren't supposed to be using the system and we caught them, or just didn't read the instructions, which is what we expected. So knowing how few tickets came in and knowing that they'd be gone all this week, I was kind of worried about being gone this week. And now I'm just like, no, it's awesome, it's good, it's working, it is incredibly innovative, and very, very excited about that. My boss is pushing hard for our team to get some serious recognition because of how big this project it was and how important it is to the company. And there are already other people that are excited and ready to use it. So it really is huge. It's probably one of the biggest projects I've ever worked on for the company that I've with. So the feedback from that has been wonderful. That was the highlight of the week. On Friday, I had a pretty big kick in the nuts. My ex has had the divorce paperwork for some time, and supposedly it's with a lawyer and getting, reviewed. And when I asked him about that on Friday, when I picked up my son, I'm like, so it's with a lawyer, right? Yeah. And they're going to give you notes? Yeah. But how are they going to give you the notes if they're not going to pay you? I don't know. Or you're not going to pay them? I don't know. He's probably not going to give me the notes. So why are you wasting the time? It's just not a priority for me. And my priority is our son, and because he deflects. And it was like that was it. It's not a priority for him. So waiting as long as we have waited, I kind of feel like our hand has now been forced. So we did a little bit of research on, what happens if your ex doesn't want to sign the paperwork or doesn't sign the paperwork. And we are going to have to take some legal matters into our own hand when we get back from vacation to basically change our divorce to a default divorce, which is where one party does not respond within the timely manner. In Texas, that is 60 days, and he's had the documentation since January. So I'm just done. But him telling me that it's not a priority for him, I ended up saying something to my boyfriend, and he said, "I'm really glad you finally admitted that." And I didn't even really think about it until I said it, but I said, this is just one more way for him to abuse and control me. And Friday night, I barely talked at all. I texted with some friends for some support, and I texted with my sister. My boyfriend is furious and honestly too close to the situation, so I will say that I had I had a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, who, tried to call. I didn't answer the phone. I wasn't in the mood to talk to anybody. And then he sent me a very, very heartfelt message, and it made me cry. And I love the people that I've surrounded myself with in this new version of Jordan. And people really care about me, and I really care about them. And it was just a very great outpouring message, and just let me know that I'm really surrounding myself with the right people. But I did try to shake off those feelings. When I went to bed Friday night, I'm like, okay, I let myself feel like crap all night long. and that's not going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow started a little bit earlier than I had planned on it, because at 4 a.m. my son woke me up. And of course, I had my CPAP on and my sleep mask on, and he smacked me, and I'm trying to take stuff off, and he's throwing up everywhere. And I really mean everywhere. Everywhere between his bedroom and our bedroom was vomit. God. So I woke my boyfriend up. I'm like, I need you to just sit with him. I've got him cleaned up. Just sit with him. Here's a trash can if he needs to puke again. Just you sit with him. I have to disinfect and clean the entire house. So he got everything out of the system that he had. He started to fall back asleep on the couch. I'm like, okay, let's get you back. And I had to change the sheets in the bed, which was, I'm like, let's get you back in bed. No fever, so still not sure what happened. So he got back in bed. We got back in bed. I just fallen back asleep because I was up for like a good hour after that. Just fallen back asleep, and then 7 o'clock in the morning, he woke me up again, and he was throwing up again. Luckily, this time he used the trash can. So, no fever. He kept checking his temperature, and we gave him some Tylenol and stuff, and ibuprofen, and he kept saying, I want to go to the hospital. I'm like, this is not like the appendix, dude. This is just your little stomach bug. And he would have ups, and he'd be fine, playing on his laptop, and then he'd head down. So we just kind of stayed around the house on Saturday. Didn't really go anywhere, just kind of stayed. He was in jammies all day long. I guess that means we're pulling out. And then on the ride home to drop him off at his dad's, he was again starting to feel kind of puny. And when we dropped him off with his dad, you could tell he was puny again. So I did call him today because I was worried about leaving with him being sick. And I called him today. He said he feels 110% better. He sounded a whole lot better. And my ex said that he woke up this morning feeling fine and starving, which we could not get any food into him yesterday. So I'm thrilled that he was feeling better and getting sick, and getting some food in his system. The irony of getting the comment on Friday night that hit me in the gut was on the way to pick up my son. My boyfriend and I were talking about how I am so genuinely happy in my life for really the first time that I can really recall. It's not feigned happiness. It's not happiness with an asterisk. It's not happiness with dark secrets. It's just happy and open and me. And I think the reality is I could never really be me. One, because I hadn't figured that out for myself, and two, because I was in a relationship where I didn't know how to be me. So I'm loving where I am now. I'm loving the fact that I have a boyfriend that I can be so open and honest and supported by, and I continue to acknowledge that happiness. Of course, in the kick in the balls when I got that message from my ex on Friday evening when I dropped off my son about the divorce. So it was a very dynamic shift on Friday. But today I'm reminding myself how I've worked so hard. And in the last 4 to 6 months, I've had so many dramatic aha moments, or those big moments. And I'm honestly just enjoying every single one of them. Like my therapist is like, we're meeting too often. we need to sparse out your meetings. You're doing too good. We need to meet less often. So I did adjust my schedule there. My boyfriend and I actually went to an adult store, and I was looking around. I was having fun, looking at the clothes and the harnesses and the toys and whatnot. And I had a realization. I'm like, I have always felt so much shame and embarrassment whenever I'm in an adult store. Uncomfortable. I've always been uncomfortable talking about sex or whatever. I know, ironic for a recovering sex addict. But it's always just been like this shameful, dark part of me that I was never allowed to talk about, or never allowed to explore, never allowed to be. And we were in the adult. I told you these aha moments that I have. And we were in the adult store, and there was zero shame, zero. We are in a sex-positive, healthy relationship. I'm a very sex-positive, healthy person, and there was nothing that made me feel any shame. And it was a good feeling to realize that there was no shame about it, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a natural, healthy, beautiful thing. And 44 years old, I'm finally coming to terms with that. And you know what? I'm pretty fucking proud of that. I'm really really doing good. I'm actually starting to wonder if I need to keep up with these vlogs because I just feel like I'm doing so good. And I know I keep saying it, but you do the work and it pays off. And it's amazing how much, like I said, just in the last 46 months, how many aha moments I've had and how impactful those have been. And these are moments I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. This was the moment that I lost the last little bit of my body dysmorphia because of a comment that someone made. This was the moment that I realized I was surrounding myself with the right type of people. This was the moment I realized I had no shame, or what I was doing was not shameful. I was like, those are the big moments that define you as an adult. I wish I had done the work earlier. I wish I had done the self-discovery earlier. But I'm so happy with who I am. I did a design for my shop, which business has been slow, but I'm still having so much fun with the designs. So I did a business for my shop that flat out just said, I love who I am. And then the who is a various of flags, representative flags. And it's like, I don't do a whole lot of text stuff. That's not my shtick on my store. But it was how I was feeling, and it was something that I felt that if I can love who I am, let me put something out there that someone else can buy and wear to show that they love who they are too. Because self-love is one of the most impactful and powerful feelings and emotions there are. And I think, RuPaul said it best: if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? I loved my ex, and part of me still loves my ex, or the idea of what my ex was, but I don't think I was ever really able to love him fully because honestly, I never really fully loved myself. And that's unfair to him, and I hate that. I hate that I put him through many, many years of not the best version of me. I mean, there are issues on both sides, do not get me wrong. And Lord knows now that I'm out of it, I can absolutely see them and identify them. And it's great that I can see them and identify them because I couldn't before. But I'm in a good place. And the divorce will happen, and either with him or without him, it's going to happen. And I shall move forward and get on with the happy part of my life, because that's the last thing tying me to the negative past. And I'm so ready to just march forward as the version of Jordan that I am now, because he's funny, he's smart, he's caring, he's hot, and he's happy. So I hope that if any of you are connecting with any of this, that you realize that it's never too late to find your self-happiness, but no one's going to find it for you. You have to do the work. You have to find it yourself. And when you do, those aha moments, they will change your world. I hope you find those moments. All right, guys, I need to see where my luggage is because my boyfriend has his luggage. I don't, and we have to go to dinner in a bit, and I can't wear cut-off jean shorts and a t-shirt to dinner tonight, so let me see if I can't track that down. I'm hoping that I can even get this uploaded, so we'll see. I love you all. Check on your friends, make sure they're doing okay. This one is great. Check on your loved ones, make sure they're doing okay. And check on yourself, because that is the most important thing you will ever do for yourself. Bye, guys.